Turn to D.C., where the shutdown saga is continuing. Vice President Vance warning that deeper cuts may lie ahead for federal workers. The warning coming as the shutdown seems set to pass the 2-week mark tomorrow. Joining us now is Yemisi Egbewole, former chief of staff of the White House press office under Biden, senior advisor, Dream for America, and Matt Whitlock, former senior advisor at the National Republican Senatorial Committee. Title's getting longer and longer. It's getting more time here. I want to get into the shutdown in a second, but first of all, I just want to ask you quickly about what's going on in Israel and the fact that we haven't heard from Chuck Schumer on this. Nancy Pelosi and Hakeem Jeffrey said it's good that the hostages are out. Jeffrey says we must now recommit to achieving a just and lasting peace in the region. Nancy Pelosi saying we must now ensure full humanitarian access in Gaza. And critics, including Matt, are saying, who's we? What did you have to do with this? And why can't they just say, give Donald Trump the win?
Yeah, I think they should say what Secretary Clinton said. She said, I commend President Trump for doing this. She recognizes, as a former Secretary of State, the magnitude of this moment. I think it's okay for Democrats to say so. I think it speaks louder if we don't say anything at all.
I completely agree with that.
Because you actually tweeted back at Nancy Pelosi.
Oh.
It's hard for me to see Democrats say this is a continuation of Biden's policies when so much of Biden's policies focused on appeasing Iran and not taking the steps needed to get these hostages home. And that's why I do feel like this is a Berlin Wall moment for President Trump. And I appreciate the Democrats that are giving him the credit he deserves on that, because this is a massive, massive moment for our country and the world in a way that only President Trump, I feel like, really could have done.
Well, it's sort of emblematic, isn't it, of the divisions in Washington, D.C. that continue with the shutdown. J.D. Vance yesterday warning that the longer this goes on, the deeper the cuts are going to go. Listen here.
The longer it goes on, Maria, the more significant they're going to be. The longer this goes on, the deeper the cuts are going to be. And Maria, to be clear, some of these cuts are going to be painful. This is not a situation that we relish.
But Donald Trump has said he wants to remake government. This is a great opportunity for him to do it. How long can Democrats resist the pressure before they say, OK, enough? We'll come back to the table.
Well, I think there's fatigue on both sides of this. I do think shutdowns are a little bit of a game of chicken, and the person who acquiesces first is the person that takes the blame. I'm actually surprised that Chuck Schumer and Jeffries have held out this long. I definitely thought that some of the Democrats would feel the pressure and move forward. I mean, John Ossoff is running a pretty tight campaign right now. He might feel that kind of pressure. But at this point, you have to just hold strong. Maybe when the president comes back, look, he's been able to get Israel and Palestine to come to the table. How can you not get a Chuck Schumer and a John Thune to the table again?
Because solving Middle East peace is a lot easier than bringing Democrats and Republicans together.
Congress.
Can you imagine? Here's what Senator Kelly said about the cuts. Listen here.
We've never seen a president do anything like this before. They do not have to do this. They do not have to punish people that shouldn't find themselves in this position. And the reason they're here, though, is because this administration is about to drive our healthcare system for 23 million people over a cliff.
Do we really think that's true? Because
No.
the Republicans have said, look, open the government. We'll talk about extending the Obamacare enhanced tax credits.
Well, I think that there's two things I'd say here. First, what a rough contrast for Democrats to have President Trump returning from actually helping deliver peace in the Middle East while Senate Democrats are in Napa doing wine fundraisers and shutting down the government. I think the Democrats are in a very, very tough position here. Mark Kelly knows that he's not really convincing anybody with this argument. And as Republicans have said, come to the table. The problem for Democrats is they want to pick and choose the pain points of a shutdown. When you shut down the government, it's shut down. You can't say, we don't want the pain of layoffs. We don't want the pain of services from the government being cut off. And that's the challenge here.
A real quick last question to you. Are Democrats really waiting for Saturday's nationwide No Kings rallies to finally say, OK, we'll open it back up again?
No, listen, I didn't care when the No Kings rally happened the first time. I won't care when it happens the second time.
That's a great answer.
All right. Thanks, folks. Good to see you. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Sandra?
John.